Lancer here, just going to introduce you to my Melee Moze build. I'm fully aware that there is Melee Moze builds already been released, but I think this is kind of the best version that you can get of it, and I've not seen many recently that have the new DLC weapons or shields in. So yeah, made it quite an interesting build. I hope you like it. Let's just go through it. So first of all, we'll start with the Guardian rank. When using the Iron Cub, we want him to kill himself off, so just make sure you've got this disabled. That's because when he's on cooldown, you get the increased gun damage from the purple skill tree. Just here. Okay, so just make sure that's on. And we're also equipping the V35 grenades on him, so he kills himself quick. Okay. And then also, I've just got this spec in just to show you. What you can do is put this on instead, and then you can jump in and out of Iron Bear and you get the infinite ammo for a few seconds. And if you don't put a point in here, what I recommend doing is putting a point in here. This is why I run Iron Cubs, so I usually have a point in this one instead. And what that allows me to do is get the life steal when shooting and sprinting, which you do quite a lot with this build, so that's nice, more survivability. On the blue tree, it's pretty much the same as how I always run it. Just to maximise damage, and also obviously Vampire and pull the Holy Pin. And the reason we're going to want 3 points into pull the Holy Pin, I think this is essential for this build, is just for the critical hit chance, because we want to keep our ammo up at all costs with these shotguns. Okay, and that's because of this skill here, redistribution. Okay. Originally, I did go all the way down this orange tree to the bottom to have Tenacious Defense to keep me alive more. But the problem I found was I was running out of ammo on the longer content, like the Guardian Takedown solo. It was, you know, started to run a bit low. So I found it better to go down this route here. So obviously, I'm going to be running 3 Hyperion weapons, so you get the bonus from that. And the larger magazines, meaning that the percentage for the ammo regeneration works out better. And then also Forge, so constant regenerate ammo, which is lovely. You don't often have to reload with this build, but it doesn't actually hurt if you do. You know, I know people say you should never reload with Moze, but if you have to, you have to. Okay, what we're going through now is the guns. So we're using a Face Puncher. We've got a 390. This is what I use against most ads. It normally is, you just fire it a few times at them, then it procs, and then they will die. Well under 50% health, bonus radiation damage, URAD, otherwise known as. It's a great weapon for mobs as well, because they just all blow up. Deep Dive Face Puncher, another great one with the consecutive hits. This is good for bossing, this is what I use this gun for. The main reason for the URAD, sorry, is if I come against anything for some reason just showing as immune, I'll chuck on the URAD, and that seems to deal with them quite well. And then last, you're probably wondering why there's a coil on a melee build. This gun's just purely a backup gun. Say you're run out of ammo on your shotgun, and you're like, oh no, what do I do? I'm the last one alive on the last boss, for example. Pull your coil out, you've got something to use, at least. Okay, it still will hit hard. Because we spec'd on the skill tree, you know, we've got this still, and we've got this tree still, which is main kind of damage skills anyway. The only thing we're probably missing is drowning and brass and experimental munitions, but that's not the end of the world. It will still do a lot of damage. The coil does a lot of damage, more or less with any build. Running the Equalizer Madcap, which is my favourite shield in the game. The reason we're running this is because of the triple amp. So this does apply the triple amp to the Face Puncher, and I'll explain something quickly to you. So when you shoot with the triple amp shield, if I shoot now, watch my shield, goes down 20%, and then we have to wait for that to recharge before we get another amp shot. So it's not working now. Okay, when it's full, it'll work again. But for some reason, when you use a melee lifesteal artifact, watch what happens when I shoot an enemy. Watch the shield. Instant refill. Instant refill. And that happens no matter what shield. So if I take my shield down and then I shoot this target, instant full shield. So this means while you're running and shooting, your shield, as long as you're hitting an enemy, you're going to stay at 100%. And while you're killing stuff, because we spec'd 2 points into Phalanx Doctrine, we're going to be growing that shield. Not by a lot, but you know, it's enough. We're already sat at over 100,000, so that benefits quite nicely there. I just think it's crazy how you can get 100% weapon damage on this gun, essentially. It's like having an extra anointment on it, and also at the same time, we've got the ASC cryo, and we're getting ASC quite often, because obviously we're killing off our action skill. The way this whole build works is, these guns are melee, they shoot melee. That's how these work. This is classed as melee. When we melee attack someone, as you can see here, we have a 30% chance to attach a sticky bomb. So looking at the how many shots it sends out, we have a large chance of, you know, getting them on. The area of effect damage roll I've got on there is obviously great for the sticky bomb. Magazine size is great for the shotguns. And the melee damage is just a bonus, obviously. Believe it or not, we're not actually going for melee damage. The melee is simply just for the lifesteal. We're actually trying to get the proc on the sticky bombs. That's where we're getting most of our damage. Okay. The cloning maddening trackers I usually run is great. Obviously, keep throwing these every 6 seconds to, you know, keep your damage up. I did try to use the anoint on this with 150% damage increase on grenades with action skill active, but for some reason it didn't seem to be proccing on the sticky bombs. It only actually procs on grenades. So that would have been a nice little touch, because it would have meant we've been able to run Iron Cup and be able to use this build at the same time. But classic Borderlands, for some reason, Moze's actual best way to run her is killing off the cub, I find, or killing off the bear, getting them on cooldown to get maximised damage. The reason I'm running Bloodletter is just the pure fact that I get a lot of survivability from it. There is builds out there where you can run a Minesweeper. So obviously you run a Minesweeper plus this, so you're getting sticky bombs and Minesweepers proc, and you do massive amounts of damage, but you are a lot more squishier. I'm probably going to make a build on that at some point also, so keep an eye on that. Okay. Me using it and just talking you through it. Okay. So a quick one. What I find best on this build is to have the actual directional buttons on the keypad as the select weapon buttons, rather than cycling through with triangle. And I also have L1 as the grenade, because on this build you're throwing a grenade every 6 seconds, meaning you can keep your fingers on the thumbsticks and on the trigger and on the grenades all the time. And then I use circle as my action skill button, because you rarely have to press it. So it just makes sense to have it that way round with Moze. So L1 grenades, and then directional buttons to change weapon. Triangle for me is just too much of a fuss getting through the weapons that you need, you know. So that's the way I have that.
To the lower levels. Make your way there and be
so first thing we do is we wouldn't pull out the Iron Cup yet. We want to pull him out as soon as we get near to enemies, so he blows himself up. So pull him out now. We're just going to skip these ads so we can get into the more busy areas and show you how this works. So it's got really good range, as you can see. So there you go, 18 mil. Yeah, he's dead. You can see my shield staying full. He's dead. And I'm not even throwing grenades now, and that's how much damage it's doing. And my health isn't going down. So throw some grenades. Couple on him. Couple on him. Couple on him. Keep the grenades throwing. And because the grenades are level 1, you're not killing yourself. That's it. Keep throwing the grenades. Crazy range on this gun. Absolutely crazy. And the sticky bombs don't seem to damage you that much, which is obviously a nice bonus, because otherwise we're killing ourselves every 2 seconds. So watch his health. Gone. Dead. Okay. So this is the 390 I'm using at the minute. These seem to be a bit stronger against it, the battle wolves, but you know, they still die. So look, we're hitting that guy flying all the way in the distance. Dead. Okay. Right, we'll put the URAD on, have a little play with that, so see what you think of that. There you go, there's the URAD. See all the radiation? Blow everyone up. Blow up. So you imagine a load of people together. Blow up. So here we go, I can show against the mini boss here. So you see it went down there, but straight back up. Didn't stand a chance. He didn't even get out of the door. And then here you can put on your radiation one because they're all together. And watch them all blow up. Okay, and imagine now I've run out of ammo. I'll put the coil on. 25mm whole point damage. There you go, and it still melts them. It's a very versatile build. You know, you don't have to use a core. You could probably stick a flipper on to get the splash damage. You could stick a plague bearer on, back burner on. If you're doing solo stuff, obviously you don't want to kill your teammates or yourself. So for me the shotgun, just watching ads blow up with crazy damage, it's just so satisfying. Okay. So that's the build. What I'm going to say is if you're on PlayStation at all, feel free to join my Discord, it's in the description. Happy to dupe any items for anyone. I can drop the whole build, or I've got other builds I can drop. I've got most of the god rolls on artifacts. Yeah, don't hesitate to contact me about that. And I am very new to this, so sorry if I'm a bit stuttery. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. And please do like and subscribe, it gives me a lot of motivation to make more videos. Bye!